Who freed the slaves? Who freed the slaves? A teacher will ask a class in America, and black children, white children, Asian children, Latin American children will answer, Abraham Lincoln. That's a damn lie. But it does not matter. The children have to learn it, take tests on it, and pass or fail. Abraham Lincoln didn't free no damn slaves. Let me tell you who freed the slaves. Harriet Tubman freed the slaves. Toussaint Overture freed the slaves. Granny Nanny freed the slaves. Bookman freed the slaves. Kojo freed the slaves. David Walker in his appeal freed the slaves. Sojourner Truth in her fire speeches freed the slaves. Nat Turner freed the slaves. Denmark Vesey freed the slaves. Gabriel Protestant freed the slaves. Paul Bogle freed the slaves. Nzinga of Angola freed the slaves. Frederick Douglass in fire speeches freed the slaves. William Steele and Underground Railroad freed the slaves. Black men of the Union Armies freed the slaves. Martin Delany freed the slaves. Bishop Henry McNeil Turner freed the slaves. African people that wanted to be free no matter the cause ran from the plantations into the swamps, the woods, the hills, the mountains, whatever it took to be free, freed the slaves. Feared by white men of slave revolt freed the slaves. Fear of poison being put into his food from the faithful slaves. Fear of grinding up glass being put in the slave master's food. The gunshot, the knife, the axe, the stone, whatever it took to kill the evil slave master freed the slaves. Why did the old slave master fear death by poison, even from the most faithful slaves? Because the word spread so fast throughout the slave quarters of brave men and women who stood up and said no more. These brave freedom fighters had come to the realization that death is in fact one of the keys to life. So their life and death was for the future, the youth. These freedom fighters stood up, and by standing up, they laid down their lives on the line. Anyone or anything that stood in front of that precious word called freedom was going to get rolled over by the freedom train. Hypocrisy freed the slaves. Hypocrisy of England for abolishing the slave trade. Yet that is how they got strong in the world. Once they got strong, they wanted to shut others out. European and Arab slave traders, they wanted to shut them down in the world. England felt they had to do what they had to do so they would not have competitors in the world. England pulled out their talkers, their speech makers, men with talent and deceitfulness to blind the world with the forked tongue, like the Native Americans called them. These propagandists, these speech makers, these liars, these writers, these illustrators, painters, journalists did what they had to do to help maintain the evil slave system. Now they turned the tables around and spoke, wrote, painted, and all kinds of things to support the so-called new humanity of the evil money men. Have you heard that economics make politics? Well, that ain't that new. The money giants call the shots then and now. So yes, hypocrisy of England freed the slaves. So much so, it made America go to war in the War of 1812. England was still trying to push America around after America put the beat down on them in 1776 in the so-called American Revolution. America claimed they were being oppressed. They were being taxed without representation. They were being kept out of the world market. That forked tongue and work, that ain't nothing new. Revolution. The American Revolution. Revolution means complete change. Change of what? Why did America worry about someone oppressing them when they had millions of African people in slavery? They had the audacity to say England was oppressing them. So what is slavery? What is it to put someone in slavery? Is that to show love to someone? The hypocrisy of the North against the South freed the slaves. In America, the North became rich just like England did by slavery. The North, New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire, New England, Philadelphia, and other cities built the ships, supplied the captains and the sailors, and got into the slave trade and became wealthy. So much so they had the capital to strike out on the old motherland, England. Then the South got into the dirty dealing of the Northern brothers, and now the North wanted to shut them down. History is all so powerful. This movie set seems familiar, don't it? Dirty business people trying to keep others and up-and-coming dirty dealer businessmen down. Really, this seems like the modern-day mafia. History is such a teacher for those who love freedom. 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 Freedom is about learning the truth, ain't it? How else can you bust up that slave mind? So yes, America was a hypocrite, the North and the South. Now, today for anybody to say that, somebody will call you crazy. They will say you're planning to overthrow the government. Hell no, you ain't planning to do that. What is so wrong when anybody want to overthrow the false government that resides inside their slave brain mentality? That is what freedom is about, ain't it? Be strong when the news, FBI, scared black people who have been sent by white people to ask you what you talking about. Are you crazy? Stand your ground, black man. Stand your ground, black woman, and say right is right and continues to go on, long after the physical body is gone. Who freed the slaves? The answer is just clear by now. The people who freed the slaves still live. History keeps them alive from now into eternity. The only way they will die is when we do not tell our children of the great lives they live. The truth is the light and the way.